Ever found yourself in a pattern of avoidance? And if you have, I want to tell you, it's not because you're lazy. You see, avoidance is an effect because somewhere in your system, you don't feel safe. And I used to tell myself when that happened, hey, you've got to be much more disciplined. And you got to push through this, stop overthinking it, just do the thing. But there were moments when I kept putting things off, whether it be, conversations I didn't want to have, decisions I didn't want to face, even opportunities that I said I wanted, and I couldn't understand why am I not moving. And it didn't feel like laziness. It actually felt like heavy weight. And what I started to realize is that every time that I thought about doing the thing, something in me started to tighten. And my mind would start running through scenarios like, what if this goes wrong? Or what if I say it the wrong way? Or maybe I'd create another problem that I couldn't fix. And without even deciding, I delay, right? I distract and I do something else. So most people call that effect procrastination because it is an effect. But the cause is your protection mechanism is on. Your brain's trying to keep you from something it believes would be uncomfortable or unsafe. And this is where your Ronnie Rescue shows up, your Ronnie Rescue identity. Because when you're in protection mode, you don't just feel different. You react different. You start behaving differently. You avoid conversations. You delay decisions. You stay where it's familiar and where it's comfortable, not because you don't care, but because your system is trying to protect you from exposure to what it thinks is not safe. The cost that people don't see coming until it really gets heavy. You see, the avoidance doesn't go away. The problem, whatever you're avoiding, doesn't go away. It grows, it gets heavier. And with that extra weight, it takes on more emotion. And that emotion keeps getting suppressed. So the reason you feel heavy is that energy is being suppressed inside your body. So you're shoving it under the rug, you're holding it in, you're not releasing it, and that's what's weighing you down. And the longer you stay in the avoidance, the more stuck you get. So it's like you're in quicksand. And this is also why relationships won't ever repair themselves, because the conversations that would build your connections are the very ones that people are avoiding. So instead of resolving the tension, it sits there and it's unspoken, and over time it turns into a big distance. I tell you, you don't need more discipline. You need more awareness that you've shifted into protection mode, and you've got to recognize the pattern. So let me ask you, what have you been avoiding? A conversation, a decision, a step you need to make to do the new thing, with all the pressure that's going on around with, things changing at work and producing more with AI or whatever your thing is. What have you been avoiding? And if you're honest, really ask yourself, what are you trying to protect yourself from? And then and recognize it, because the longer that you put it off, the more it's going to cost you. So in the next video, today we talked about the fact that another problem with protection mode is the avoidance that happens, the suppression of energy. In the next video that I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the cost that most people don't recognize until much later, and what happens when you stay in this pattern long enough, and why you can be functioning on the outside but totally be disconnected on the inside. Remember, your avoidance is not because you're weak. It's just your nervous system trying to keep you safe.